everyone. Let's see if we can get more light here. There we go. So my setup. Hi, I hope you're doing well. I'll wait a moment for some people to join. I hope I even put this. I always say that. I hope this is on public, and then right about this time I should start seeing people. However, I don't yet, but I'm sure it is on public. Okay, I'll just wait a moment. There we go. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Kayla. Hi, True Love for Me. Thank you for being here. And Tatiana, hi. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well is really right. And I guess I can speak for a couple of minutes while people get in here. I've already pulled quite a few of the cards. But yeah, so we can just talk about the energy. I know everyone's feeling it high. Is anyone having more psychic situations? I don't know. So I'll tell you a little bit about what just happened. I'm doing a reading for you guys, a picker reading that I'm going to post tomorrow. Thank you so much for those cute little faces. And I couldn't do it. So I knew there was something I was missing. I had pulled all the cards. I still have 2 piles to record. I only recorded 1 pile so far, and it was amazing and amazingly detailed. But I'm like, what is wrong? What's the message? What am I missing? I realized, for one, the first message was my title. It didn't have to be so specific, and titles are kind of unneeded at this time. For example, I was talking about the karmic, but the title I was guided should be about the other person, regardless, karmic or what. It's not, I don't know. There was something with that. The second thing was I had to read over all the cards before doing the reading. For some reason, when I was trying, I swear I did it probably for sure 5 times. And when I was recording it, and one time I went into 8 minutes long and I kept stuttering, and I'm like, no, okay, wait, like, let me just 1 second. And I'm like, I can't even keep that video. So I had to keep on recording it, but I took a break and I went to make myself a smoothie because I like to work on an empty stomach. And for anyone that wants to book a reading, check out my website. I totally put huge discounts. But I don't like to do readings after I've eaten or something like that because it can be quite draining. So this is where the story gets interesting. A few days ago, when everyone was stocking up, I went to the store and it was empty. The one frozen vegetable I found was beets, and I've never bought frozen beets before, but I do know you can put it in a smoothie and stuff like that. So I had bought a package and brought it home and kind of forgot about it. But this time when I was making this smoothie, I'm like, I need to have nutrients for, everything going on. I need to get as much nutrients as possible. And I put the beets, I saw the bag of beets and I grabbed it. And when I grabbed the beets, I had deja vu. I find that very interesting. I don't have deja vu all the time. I used to. But I find it very interesting to have deja vu at this time. So that kind of freaked me out a little. And I quickly kind of kicked it out of my head just because I didn't get a bad vibe at all. I was just like, that is the most bizarre thing. Have I been here? That was pretty much the first thought. I'm like, I've been here. Like, it was very natural. I'm like, oh boy, this is weird. But after I ate, I was able to record the first part of the video. And there was some weird stuff. I don't know. Has anyone else had any weird things happening, as in like seeing things? Yesterday, I'm 1000% sure there was an energy in my house. I do have a new cat now. Hi, Gina. I should call you soon. Like any day now. Yesterday when I went and laid down in my bed, because my bathroom to the master bedroom, there's a bathroom attached and my door was open. And I often leave it open. And there's a section, sometimes I put some bottles of shampoo, and I only had one there, but I also had this bottle of water because it has flow written across it. So I like the fact that it has flow. There's no water in it anymore. But once I brought it into the shower, and I always left it outside of the shower just to see that word. And when I was in bed yesterday, I didn't go to I just went straight to my bed because I'm not sleeping normally right now. So I just go to my bed to kind of lay down. Heard something drop. And I looked over like what would have dropped in my bathroom? My cat's beside me. What the heck's going on? And I looked over and that flow bottle was on the floor. And I don't leave things like spill over like that. Like, I know it was that because there was nothing else. So just little things like that. And I don't know, I'm feeling, even though I may look pretty laid back, I feel like I'm looking great. So many of you might feel that energy. I feel like because all of the energy is calmer, whether or not my city's not on standstill, but it is pretty empty. I don't know if it's the less electricity out there or the less traffic or the less gases or fumes. But yesterday, I have a little makeup on now. But yesterday when I was sitting there doing mirror work, because I'm doing more and more mirror work now because there's nothing to do. And I'm doing my gym on the floor in front of a mirror. And I'm like, you're beautiful. And I'm just looking at myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, like your skin is glowing. Like there's just some sort of a beautiful energy to me, no matter how stressed I am. And it's not that I'm very stressed, but it's still uncertain times. So it's uncomfortable, right? Okay. So I did start the readings for tomorrow. So I'm going to do a karmic reading live tomorrow, probably around the same time. And if you want to check out the extended, I'm going to do a pick a card reading in the extended, and you can see if you relate to that. I'm hoping the other two come out as good as the first one I did so far. And actually the guidance I got, that just reminds me, because when I was reading or trying to reread, all these messages were coming in that I had so much more to say, is that for my pick a card reading, you should probably watch them all and then decide which one to look into, because they're quite specific. And I don't remember why else. At the time, I had a whole message and I said it on the first pile. I don't remember why else. But guys, let's begin. I pulled cards already for us, and I brought out a deck that I didn't use yet to pull from. I haven't used this forever, and I had actually thought I was going to use it with the pick a cards, and I didn't, and I realized it's for this time. So yesterday I thought it was about my spiritual mentor out of the blue. Then I felt like she kept putting thoughts in my mind, crazy, because she passed. That is weird. You know what you should do is like literally try to speak to this person, and that's something I had a message of today to kind of relate to people. To ask specific questions to your guides. I forget, guys. I'm getting so many messages today specifically. I don't know. There's so many things going on. And even on Instagram, there's all this free stuff, like free workouts with really good trainers, free comical mini videos or whatever from full-blown comedians. I worked out with 2 professional trainers that if I would have ever worked out with them, I would have had to pay over $100 a session. Today, they're giving out free classes. My mentor is doing free 2 months, I think, real estate workshop. I'm actually tempted to ask him if I can join. It might actually be for only men as well. I'm not sure. But he was also advertising for someone else giving a workshop for men for a month as a way to give back. And it's pretty amazing. I find it really amazing. I feel like I'm a good person and I always give back and, try to give specials and stuff. But it's really interesting to see all the people all of a sudden giving back. I love it. Everything is changing and it feels so good, right? Soft tofu in my smoothies. Oh, do you see? I would do something like that, but I rather save my tofu intake to cook. I like to choose because I don't want to eat tofu in my smoothie and in my meals, so I would rather do that. Okay, so let's see. Feeling like she waited for me to light a candle. I lit a candle before we started this, right there in the back. Okay. That's interesting, Leora. Where are you getting your information from? And don't we have a full moon tomorrow is what I'm just remembering. Is it tonight? I know it will be probably tonight in some places. I don't know where my moon calendar is. That's weird. Oh, here, because I thought I never moved it. When is the new moon? Tomorrow? Does anyone know the time? I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow. Possibly close to here yesterday. Thought about putting my spiritual mentor. Oh, is that who said that statement? Let me just see something. I found that one statement very interesting about the electricity. Oh no, that's from Laura. Well, I would love it if you are going to make a comment like that, like you fill us in, right? That's the thing. There's so many different thoughts going on out there. Like I need specifics or details of some sort or sources at this point. Otherwise, I'm just listening to my own personal source. Personally, I mean, most of the days I'm having most of my electricity off. It's not like I have much. I have a computer and a cell phone, and these lamps drive me crazy. I don't even have my glasses on. And now is the time to be doing that. So I'm not quite sure why this message is so delayed here. Maybe I should begin with what I've already pulled. Okay. And I will. They're dirty, but it's okay. So the first deck I pulled from, I'm just seeing where that stopped. Interestingly enough, it stopped at the vulnerable woman, which is the high priestess. This may be a time for you to kind of put yourself on a, I'm not saying put yourself on a platform, but be the higher person. That's the message. Be the higher person, because there's going to be people who need your help or your guidance or like just your strength. Okay, so that's a message to start with. So the question was, when I pulled these cards, what your person is thinking about the connection right now. And just in the current energy with everything going on, okay? And you know what was interesting? I'm going to start with this one because these were the cards I first pulled, because I remember when I pulled from this one, there was matching messages, and I was like, whoa. So this one came out first, actually. I'll get to that because I remember the first card had no title like the other ones. And it says, don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. We have a card of passion, sexual union, and I'm going to get into the other two in a second. So first of all, I never read the full explanation of this card. I just saw it come out and put it in the pile. And when it says don't make decisions, and you turn it around to whatever you think this means for you as well, right? Thanks, Gina. Because I don't want to be saying these specific things, and it can mean so many different things for everyone, okay? So don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. I think right now your person, first of all, I know your person has so much sexual desire towards you right now, but obviously it's not the time when you really think about it, like who's really technically like going to go and do that too much right now. It's not like something to go out of your way for. I don't think so. I think it would feel weird if you got with your person at this time and like go to do something like that when everything else that's going on, it could be dangerous. It really could, if, you know, just, I don't like to talk about it, but yeah, it really could. So, personally, I think your person probably wants to reach out to you right now. For many of them, even if they're not in that mood of actually doing it, and even if you know deep in your heart, like, yeah, well, even if they want to reach out, that's not what they're up to lately. But I do think that at this time, especially if they don't reach out, some of them really want to, just to say, hey, are you okay? That is a natural, I'm guaranteeing that. A lot of you guys have got contact already because I've done the reading, so I know you already got the contact from your person saying, hey, like I'm here, or even I got these calls from friends, and to be honest, it's like I don't even want to go near them because I don't know who they're near, and it's not that I don't trust them, it's that no one knows. So it is kind of best, at least for a week, to see if anyone has any symptoms or something, you know. So your person does understand, though, that obviously, like, they're going to be true to themselves, and whatever's the strongest is going to win. So if your person's fears are being stronger, like, don't reach out, obviously it's not going to happen. And it's something else for you to realize. It's about acceptance right now at this time. It is a forced intermission. Okay, hiatus, forced. And I'm sorry for anyone that's really having a hard time right now, okay? Because I do understand, and my person actually helped me understand. Not everyone can handle this so easily. Okay, so the other two cards that came out here, we had, I believe it was the passion card first, I believe, and the sexual union. I just remember they came out around the same time, so I'm like, whoa, that makes sense. Especially what you can't have, right, is something you want to go to, and this person is clearly remembering it. We're thinking right now, right? Even us, we're probably sitting back at sometimes and like, oh, I miss those days, and oh, I miss just being able to just touch this person or to just touch anyone. a lot of us are feeling touch deprived. And it's interesting. I heard a politician or someone in the news, but it would have been on the computer because I don't have a TV, or maybe a news article. And he was saying something about how we've depended on each other so much. People are having a hard time distancing themselves. And in a way, it's a little rude and arrogant, because what's wrong with wanting to be with someone else? But in a way, it's showing like right now is a time where we're going to have to be strong. Imagine your person was gone away to fight a war or something like that, you know. This is just the type of energy that we have to kind of like to put ourselves in there and not feel so upset that we're not getting what we want right now. Sexual union. This person, like those two cards together, this person wants to enjoy you so much right now. And this is what I feel for some of you, that contact is possible more sooner than later. When this is over, there is going to be like unions. Not only just so much is happening right now, guys. I wish I can get more detailed even in my personal story, but it's not possible at this time. But there is so much happening right now where people will be separating. People are realizing more and more, just it's not even about time being short or that, it's about what they want. Some people's true colors have come out at this time. I actually talked to someone who I consider very masculine, like divine masculine. And him and I are Instagram friends, and we are like so alike. We have such a connection, but I know this person, he knows me. Like there's no, we've seen each other in person. Like we have hung out together before. There's no sexual energy there, but we are definitely some sort of connected. Like I can disappear for 6 months on Instagram and come back and we're joking and everything's like back to normal. We're talking about highly educational, interesting topics. But he told me himself, I'm going to give it to you in his words, what he said, so you get it. He said to me, girls are being thirsty right now. He's like, females are being very disrespectful and treating me like a piece of meat right now. And I realized that females really want to feel protection. And especially the ones, he was saying, like, that are usually like flashing their bodies or doing all that type of stuff on Instagram. They're the ones right now reaching out like, hey, how are you? And he said to me like, oh, well, where's your, you know, what you like, your parties now and all of that now. I found that comment so interesting. So also be careful when your person does reach out to you, try not to bring up sex right now, even though that may be on their mind and it may be on your mind, because I guess some masculines out there do, and it's true, you know, if someone called you right now and said, let's meet up, oh, and they haven't called you forever, and there's this cold going around, you're going to be like, what the heck? What's this person doing? So I don't know if anyone actually needs that advice, but it's good to know. And that's a masculine's perspective. And I think this person's a very divine masculine person. Like I hope the best for him. So the next card that came out was the secret admirer. So that told me right away. I already knew when I saw the passion and stuff that can't happen right now, but that told me that this person is going to be keeping this a secret, that there is distance for most of you at this time. There's things that aren't getting brought up. I mean, that's not the most important conversation right now to be like, oh, like I want this and I want that from you. If you care about someone, you know, you're going to be, I don't know, more, worried about them, or like, are you okay? Are you feeling good type of thing. Now, this also just says basically that someone has deeper feelings for you than that they are letting on. So that ties me back to the first message where some people won't reach out to you because then that would expose how they feel about you. And some people, if you reach out to them, they're not really, they may be kind, because this is a beautiful message here. They may be kind, and I'm also picking up, you know, some of them literally feel guilty. Okay, wait, there's like a full-blown message. 1 second. So this is the thing, is that some of them feel so guilty because they pushed you away so much before this happened, and now it's like forced. Something about that. It's just probably they're worried, like, where is this going to go? What's going to happen in the world? It's a natural issue. Okay, so they came out like this. So the first card we got was passion again. So that just reminded me this person clearly is desiring physical touch right now. They're not getting that. Obviously, no one really, not too many are. For those of you that are lucky, you quarantined with your person, Yeah, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. The person's missing the energy they get when they're with you. And I feel like with the retreat card, they often right now, because there's so much time for meditation or thinking. I don't know if your person's meditating. Um, that they get to literally sit there, ponder again. This word has been coming in my head lately. So for those of you who talk with someone who's very mature and he uses words like ponder, um, or just, I don't know what type of person uses that, but yeah, they ponder about you. They think about you. They daydream about you when they get a chance. Right now, they're worried about you is what I get too. It's just a worry energy, right? Everyone wants to remain positive. I think even your person, in a sense, even if they're in denial, deep down, they want to remain positive. But it's a hard time. So we have trust, and I forgot we had that card. So it is a time where people do have to trust. It's not just about trusting that everything will work out, but trusting the situation is calling you for you to have faith, trusting that you will return to your person. I don't know. I just got like better than ever before. So maybe it's going to be like new people. If you can take space from your person, this is a good time to even state that to them. If the situation arises where you can say that statement without calling them up to be like, take some space, I'm going to take some space. But if you can call them and say, hey, yeah, like, or I decided to actually truly isolate myself. There is actually retreats where you go away and do this. You don't actually usually pay for them. Sometimes you do. Usually they're free, to be honest with you. And you come out a different person from what I hear. You actually have to be reintegrated into the system, like to feel comfortable again. So this could be a time for you to actually tell your person you're taking some space, because I do already know we're all going to come back together, new people, new beings. In one way or another, we're going to definitely look new and different, 100%. Our faces are changing. I wonder if some of you are getting what I'm getting. On top of it, we're changing. We're thinking different. We're speaking differently. We're getting these downloads. Maybe that's why you have to turn off your electricity. Someone said it's a good idea for tonight until 3 a.m. Unfortunately, those are my prime hours of just not doing anything. So I love my electricity at that time right now. But trust that when you come back, you may actually be two new people. I don't know if you're on my Instagram. I post daily on there, and there's a Third Eye Blind song that came into my head out of nowhere. Yes, I probably listened to it 1,000 times when I was 16. I have not listened to it since. I did not have it on my playlist because I checked. I had to purchase it. And I don't know if you like, how's it going to be? Maybe you want to look up the words to it. It's very interesting because it's asking the other person, how's it going to be? But what I picked up is actually, and it took me a whole 24 hours to get the message fully, is how's it going to be when you don't know me anymore? Like when we don't know ourselves anymore, we are going to be new people. No one's going to know themselves like that. It's going to, I don't know how to explain it without contradicting myself, because we're going to be better, right? But it's still an energy of like scariness that you're going to be different than you were, and the whole world. And it talks about wanting to get back in to oblivion, all this interesting stuff. So if you want to check that out, how's it going to be? I think it is a song for the worldwide collective divine masculine feminine, and anyone that can understand the deep message in that song. So we have playfulness and we have engagement, as well as the last two cards that came out. I just think personally at this time, meditate happy, like meditate. I no longer am taking meditation so seriously because I don't have time for that. But I do have time. If you watch my meditation, I do like flow with the breaths. And right now I'm doing affirmations in my mirror while I'm working out, kind of, but it's kind of meditative working out, like slow movements. I'm literally doing those slow movements you see older people doing in the parks at 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning. Tai Chi. I don't know how to do it, but I mean slow movements. So I'm doing this stuff. I'm doing a lot because you're home. I have crossword puzzles. I have so many things. Anyhow, your love life is ascending to a higher commitment. So this was the last card to come out, and that was because I'm like, I just need one more card to pull it together, and I'm actually going to pull one more now while we're here, and I put these aside to pull one on live. So the engagement card tells me that when you do come together, there's going to be a lot of discussions. There's going to be a lot of filling in the blanks and completing what needed to be completed. So it could be conversations. Oh, Reconciliation. So I'm happy I waited to do that. And true love at the bottom. Come on. I'm happy I waited to do that. And I was also guided to do the same for this message. I forgot. Oh, that's a whole bunch. So we'll just reshuffle that. Okay. No, I just want one. These cards come out like all at the time. Okay, here's one. Trust. So we got double trust. We got double passion. I said that word, passion. And the true love just fell out like it had to have its place on the table. I'll leave it right there. Trust the process. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. I know, I will tell you straight up, that is so much harder to do than it is to say. But it's true. And I'm not saying, like, I do know from experience. I'm not saying right now, because right now I'm just like the rest of you. I'm just on high alert in a sense sometimes. So I have to literally monitor everything I do. I'm taking breaks like crazy in between readings and stuff. And all the readings are done, by the way, that ordered on the weekend. But transformation occurs through acceptance. It's no lie, because you turn the energy around. You no longer have that resistance there and no longer blocking you. Okay. So some messages from your divine masculine. And this is from my deck that I created and then recreated. The way it works is that the first message is written at the top where the original message is. And then after really taking my time, I did that one in, well, I did both of them in a day actually. Then after, but I didn't take my time the second round. So the second round, I got other messages and I happened to just put them on random cards. And it's really cool because most of the messages go together. So this one actually doesn't have a top message. So this was the first one I remember. And was it in reverse? It was in reverse, but I don't really read these too often in reverse. However, I feel like this was the situation. So it says, I see I was being used by people closest to me. So I think with it in reverse, it's saying that your person didn't know just how many people were using them. And right now, a lot of true colors are being shown. Probably a lot of, and I'm not putting anyone down that needs help. You need help. You need help. Do what you got to do. I'm saying for this situation, your person is realizing I'm getting a lot of handouts. So a lot of people saying like, oh, I need money. Just calm down. If you need money and stuff, just calm down for at least a couple more days. Like, we don't know anything going on. Just calm down. I don't know about your cities. Our cities, they're postponing things like rent and stuff if need be. If you don't need to do that, do not do it. If you don't need to do this because you're not financially strapped, please live kind of normal life. Like if you're going to order a bed or something, do that still, because you don't need to create any stagnancy. But if you need a handout or a help out, take that and don't be silly with it. Be smart with it. Like ours are loans. So do you want to take out a loan? I don't know what yours are. You might get a couple bucks here and there, but just calm down, right? With everything. And think about it. You don't have to hoard so much. We can actually fast for days too. I think about that. I'm like, I can fast for 20 days. I'm good. Okay. So the next message is I've hit rock bottom. Now I trust the process of change. The past moves into the future. Dark becomes light as my old ways are revealed. My growth towards realizing my truth is inevitable. This is a time of passage for me. So your person, this whole situation has brought a lot of enlightenment to your person. I don't know if I already said this. Some of your people are isolating themselves the best way they can. If they can, like they're not putting themselves around many people, probably because they have to be healthy, to take care of everyone, to monitor the ups and downs. A lot of our people are in the stock markets and all of that stuff. And there's a lot of craziness in that. There are still growth. There's still growth. There always will be, but there's a lot of fluctuation. So I'm learning how to follow my soul/heart. Oh, that word was cut out. Okay. I'm always reminded of you through music. I bet you are too. So your person, interesting, right? I brought up that music. Like if something like that happens where you're just sitting there, minding your business, not thinking about your person. I've had that song in my head now for 3 days. And all of a sudden the song comes in, go look up the words, listen to the song, get the message from him. Mine hasn't left my head yet. So there's still a message I haven't got, or I don't know, it might be connected energy. So the last card from this deck is I'm an emotional mess. Yes, I'm an emotional mess. we've had this before. I am divine masculine energy, single-minded, action-oriented. I have dreams. I have to go for my material goals. This is important to me. Let me get this done. So right now there's a lot of frustration. I'm going to pull one more card from that deck as well while we're here, for your person, because once again, he's just reminding us he's a man. He's the man energy, he or she, but it's a man energy. There's a lot of women like this right now too, that they don't like being on hold. They don't like waiting to see what's going to happen. A lot of people just started new businesses or second, third businesses. You know, there's a big switch up here. Sometimes I think I'm crazy. I have a lot of power. I am very proud. I rule my domain. Once you came into my life, I knew you would not be leaving for better or worse. I will lead the way. Do you trust this journey with me? And the bottom one is trust your gut. So that's interesting. There's more cards though. So the last deck I pulled from, this little one I got in Paris, which I love. Okay, I just have to lay these out because I remember they came actually a certain way. It was really interesting. So we had these two cards kind of on their own, separate from this pile of 3 in the middle. And it's really weird, the messages in those ones. So the first message is the 3 of Wands, and it's the feminine sitting there thinking, doing work. I'm literally seeing 3 of Wands. Yeah, I'm literally seeing 3 wands. That you can't see it. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Not even going to try. In a triangle. So that's interesting. I never noticed that. I'm seeing an empty ashtray. Maybe some people gave up smoking recently. I'm seeing gems. I'm seeing an envelope with money. Some of you could be receiving, people are still getting commissions coming in. I have a commission that's supposed to come in, and I want to know where it is. From 3 years ago, pre-sale condo when I used to do real estate, that I keep on forgetting to ask. Anyhow, newspaper. Now, there was something else with a newspaper. There's paper here in the, in the engagement. I don't know. I don't know why I feel like I saw something else with a newspaper, but there's nothing here. Well, that's weird. Is this deja vu again? Because I just feel like you and your person are both looking through a newspaper. I don't know where I saw that newspaper thing from. I didn't pull any other cards. Okay. Well, that's bizarre. Some people maybe wondering about work right now, right? For some feminines, it is that. You're planning out what are you going to do? Maybe some money's coming in. For some of you, you're going to get some sort of a favor. You're probably, in isolation. Some of you have children, or you're just reminiscing, because we do have the 6 of Cups here too, but I'll get to that after. First of all, let's just look here again. There's an energy of being somewhat laid back, but tied up at the same time. Some of you have taken on reading, taken on new online courses. So really what the energy I'm picking up here is that it's a calm energy, but this is the thing that gets weird, like maybe changing your perspective now. But what gets a little bit weird are these 3 cards, and it just reminded me of the chaos going on right now. So relate this message, how it goes with you. We did have the 9 of Swords in the reverse, which is good. But interestingly enough, in this card with the 9 of Swords, you can't really see, but this lady's not laying in bed. She's sitting up. So in reverse, I think you're taking the steps to be your best self. I think some of you have gone to the stores and saw the madness. Some of you, your grocery stores are not empty, but you did rush out to get a few items, I see. Or like there's literally someone in a grocery store here, and she's like in her pajamas. The next card here in the middle, and that's the 4 of Pentacles, by the way. So there is an energy here of preservation, and that's a natural energy with those gems there. I think you have things in order, actually. I think a lot of you have some stuff in order. So now you got to monitor and make sure you're using discerning thoughts when spending, or like you're trying to plan out probably the next maybe even 3 months with the 3 of Wands. How are things going to turn around? I'm prepared. I got my stuff. Okay, I got to pick myself up. I got to get out of my head. Now, it's a time of rest. We have the Judgment card that was also in reverse. This Judgment card is quite scary because there's people being hung. There's also what looks like maybe a little bit of a witch being burned at the stake. You know, for some of you, this is about past life stuff, and maybe people in your lineage have gone through this as well, so this may feel quite familiar. This is in reverse, right? I'm just hearing a time of pause. Maybe it's the pause before Judgment Day. That's weird. But this is something you've handled before. This lady's speaking to her therapist, or it looks like her therapist is actually doing hypnosis on her. There's candles as well lit. So take that message how it relates. Now, I told you there was 2 positive cards somewhat, at least on the edges, and we have the 6 of Cups. To be honest, there's just a woman there, and there's some toys and 1 kid. This could be you doing some healing to your inner child. This could be you taking care of your child. There's a cat here too, a white cat. One of the cups is spilled over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 cup is spilled over by the cat. So let's clarify that. I don't know why I went to clarify that. And then I forgot. Let me just get the message that was at the bottom of that deck. Frig, I'm feeling my throat get itchy again. I have to tell you guys, when we did that meditation live, I'm pretty sure I cleared someone's issue, because like afterwards I choked, and I'm not coughing or anything unless I smoke marijuana. But I choked so bad afterwards. Like I felt something come out of me. So I don't know who we helped, for those of you who joined me for the meditation. So yeah, there was this side note here on the bottom. Now, as for, there's double 2s here, and this is 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. This is about someone really trying to make rushed decisions is what I get here, because the time is up. There's actually a dark figure covering the 2 of Swords eyes standing over this woman. And the other card is the 2 of Pentacles. This woman could be rushing to either a lawyer, a courthouse, like almost either, it could almost go like divorce or wedding. I don't think anyone's like getting married necessarily, but I think there's a decision that has to be made here. And we had the 8 of Cups, and it came in the upright. I remember I had gotten a message. Oh yeah, that was from your masculine. And what the message was is he will be back. And the thing is, one of the cups is being held in reverse. That just went down. So I almost feel all the cups are actually in reverse, but one is being held. I almost feel like this is saying a return. But the card itself came, and there was an apology with that one as well. Came in upright. So I want to clarify, just to see. I'm going to go with the Judgment, and it was in reverse. Whatever. Clarify this message. Thank you. And please do join me tomorrow live. I'd really like it for you guys to be on here, even though I can't read all the messages. No one's really writing right now, so that's perfect. Or maybe you guys are, and I can't see. And subscribe on Instagram. I'm going to start, you know, if you're an Instagram member, when I do want to have some private sessions, like group sessions, I'm just going to like do whatever I do, but I'll add you to a private account I have, and then we can have the group sessions. Okay, let's see what we have here. The Queen of Cups. It's weird. These cards go different. It's not like there's a Queen of Cups. There's like a queen level and a king level, and it doesn't mean it's going to be a man or a woman. So these are very unisex energy. This is about an energy of a feminine cup holder. Let's just say a Queen of Cup energy here. Holding, there's that cup, because that's the same hand gesture. It was upside down, and now, so what the message is here is that you are open to allowing your person to come forward, because this is the energy of either, it would be kind of the Queen of Swords. It's not the Queen of Swords, but it would be somewhat, it's the Queen of Swords. I don't know how to explain this. These cards are different. The Queen of Cups is actually the King of Cups, and the Queen of Swords is a man. So it's weird, hard to say. So yeah. So put it in whatever sex it is. But the man, the masculine energy here has an opportunity to go forward to the Queen of Cups energy. And her cup is open and ready for this for this to come in, because she was holding it down in the Eight of Cups, and now she's holding it upwards. I see two robins in the background. I see this man a bit timid about coming. He has a light, almost like a hermit. And on top of that, he's still in the snow. So he's still a bit solidified here in the sense, frozen, maybe afraid to let people in or let anything in. But this woman, it looks like, she's in the springtime energy. I'm seeing this bull and this Taurus. Maybe you're dealing with the Taurus, like a ram. I'm seeing a tree. These are two total. You're calling your person forward by staying who you are. This woman is in this beautiful energy of being strong, powerful, wise, very wise, enlightened, and open to love. She has a strong tree behind her, growing strong. She has animals around her. She has water and earth around her. She has a frog there. There's a little stump of rock there. On the man's side, I see this person has gone within, and it may have just been isolation or what, like coming out like out of hibernation. But I see this person has truly gone within. I don't know what maybe that's what you do in the church where the smoke comes out, or in meditation type of an energy. This person doesn't have a tree with green around it, but he has a tree with two robins and a bird nest around it. That can talk about even coming out of a home situation as well. I do feel like this person is ready to take action and be courageous, because they're draped in yellow, beautiful yellow gold energy. And the woman here is draped in blue because she's ready to speak, right? And this person is ready to take movement towards the connection they have with you. I do see a little bit of green. So this person has grown. I feel like this person has grown, but now they're like getting a fresh birth out in the world. So now it's like taking baby steps, right? Yeah. So I'm sorry about the whole setup here. I want it to be super comfortable right now. And I pulled the cards ahead of time as well for that reason, because I don't have time. Okay. To like worry about that type of thing. So interesting. We have the Element of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is the Ace of Wands position. The Element of Wands is usually actually the Page of Wands. But like I said, these cards are different. So it's not about the Page of Wands. It's about the element of action. The Element of Wands, right? The action oriented. And this has a lizard there. Lizards are quick. Lizards are kind of like sharp, quick movers. I don't know. That's what I'm picking up here. And with the Ace of Wands, wow, that's like double quick energy. I mean, that's all I'm going to say there. It's almost like this person is about to go and get their magic stick, their magic wand in some sort of a dry, deserty land, like the dryness, but they have to, let's see. I don't know. There's a little bit of a dry energy there. Here we go. And now we have what would be, and the Lovers. I'm going to say the Queen of Pentacles now. Remember, it could be a queen or a king in this deck, but it's showing up as a beautiful female. And this person is very grounded. And I don't know, this person wants to take action towards that. It could even be saying this person, whether because it's unisex, and the Lovers are at the bottom. And the Lovers is such an interesting card here. It could be saying this person wants to come forward to you and give you that solid pentacle offer. This woman has a beautiful pentacle. She has long, gorgeous hair. She is like voluptuous or whatever. She could be skinny or big. Like you can't really tell. She has this beautiful gown on. And she has fruits behind her because that's what she does. That's the Queen of Pentacle energy. And it even looks like she has a pendant here. So some of you may actually have a pendant. For some of you, the snow truly is clearing at this time. And what the nice thing is, and right behind, and we have the Emperor, and it goes on to some beautiful other cards, but we'll stop with these two. The Lovers and the Ace of Cups. And this Lovers is really interesting. I never fully get it, except for the fact that it's about choice. And we get that always in the Lovers card. This may be the choice you have to make when this person comes in, because I'm seeing a female with black hair again, like almost the same type of hair, like that darker color hair. Doesn't have to be. One thing I'm noticing about it is it's beautiful and shiny. And there's a sword in her hand. which is interesting, but it's in the case. And she has a book in the other hand. Very justice energy there. But what it's about is a choice. And it's interesting because there's a hill that goes one way upwards and one way downwards. And in the upwards, there's a home and two people. And in the downwards, it's almost like a bit of a cult. So this person really has choices, regardless of what it's going to be about. Maybe to follow the path you thought. Maybe some of you actually thought you were going to disappear and become a nun and not be with anyone ever again. And you're going to have a choice here. That's what I really get. Some of you probably thought you were, I don't know. I guess it's kind of crossed my mind sometimes. Like maybe I should disappear and I don't know, like not really, because I know I could never do that. But I feel like some of you may have actually said, I'm going to, and maybe you took the I don't know what the steps are. I'm sure you can't just join the nun. I don't know but it looks like some of you may have actually took the step and you're about to cut yourself and you're contemplating. That's what I'm seeing. And get this, remember, I told you, I wish you guys could see these cards. I'm so sorry once again about the lighting. I told you there was this card. This girl, she's wearing the same outfit, actually, this white robe or this gray robe, and it's the same woman. And it's interesting because she also has that pendant here, but her eyes are being covered by this dark figure. And she looks not scared, but worried about what is she going to decide. So for some of you, maybe you were really ready to really fully leave. And it's like once you leave, maybe it's a permanent decision. And I'm not saying because you will permanently disconnect. I'm saying because you might join like an organization or something where it's like you're not going to go back right away. That's for sure. Let's just say, for example, you decide to go to university again and you like move to that campus or something. I'm just giving an example. You're not going to go back if your man just calls you all of a sudden. Like, no, you waited 4 years and now you're going to have to wait another because now, and that's the whole pandemic thing or the whole like issue here. It's like your person waited so long and now for some, they may have to wait even longer because things are changing, unfortunately. But I do see, to be honest, in this situation that you will choose love, the Ace of Cups here. And there's two dolphins there. You guys may end up traveling together. Remember, we had the retreat card. Eventually, when traveling is brought back for everyone to do happily, because this is happy travels, right? That's interesting. I'll see if there's no. Now I'm going to go to the deck. So as I said, I'll pull out this card first because it was on the top and it is the Empress and it's about you actually putting yourself on a pedestal. Like there's no other way for me to put it. It's that basically you are going to be needed to be divine energy at your highest level. And it's very possible because remember, we have that sword energy. Like the person looks a little bit lost. This may be this person coming back to you at some point and you needing to give them some guidance or set an example by remaining your true self. What about spiritual? Okay, so let's see. Give us some like external energies for this connection. What is, I don't know, a message from above would be nice. Okay, now this one came in reverse, so let's see what it says. It's Ace of Pentacles and the Fool card's at the bottom. The message I pick up with that, and, you know, I saw the card sticking out. I saw the word danger. I don't know what card that was. Now, let me just see if I can find that. Yeah, here it is. This is, give me a moment because they're not worded. Because I'm just trying to remember if this is the Devil or the Death card. And these Roman numerology isn't working for me at this time. So the Devil or the Death card. Let's see here. Because I don't know, that whole, it just stuck out. It's neither of those. It is the Tower. Okay, that makes sense. I see. So we had the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The word danger is what stuck out. I didn't know it was the Tower. reading into that, that obviously talks a lot about what's going on right now. So the first message I got with the Pentacles in reverse is there's going to be even longer delay here. I know that normally Pentacles are delays, so maybe you would think that it means faster. I don't know. I didn't get that message. I got delay as the first message. And when I saw the Fool, it's a delay into this fresh start. And listen to this right here, okay, guys, because Craig, you can't even see the picture. I wish you could. It looks like this person, like this is what I would imagine a war zone looks like. And I'm not going to say, I'm not at all, I'm not even saying that there is. It's one single person here. And this talks about internally. This person may lose a lot. Your person may be losing a lot right now. I'm not saying that they're not gaining a lot at the same time, but it sucks. Have you ever like gained a lot and lost the same amount? It's not too bad because you're still like you're equal, but it still sucks, right? You're like, damn, how could I have prevented that loss part of it when I gained something? I've done that before where I made a lot of money and then I spent kind of frivolously, which was okay because I don't normally do that. But then I was like, how could I have won instead of, you know, equaled out here? So it looks like, and with the danger card, I'm going to say more on the Tower card, like the loss that's happening. But these are times of, I hear aggravation, but it's more than aggravation. It's aggression, right? And worry and stuff like that. Well, for some, that's why you got to be this high priestess, literally on a pedestal. You literally cannot, I'm hearing integrate with people that are not on your level right now. And if you do, you have to let them know you're not being like them. And I'm not being rude. I'm not being conceited. This is the message here that I get. This woman is on a pedestal being carried. And I'm sure she has a lot of respect for the people that are carrying her, but she's aware that she is the helper, the help there. Like they're interesting, right? Because she's not considering herself any lower. She is a helper too. But she's a helper on a different level. Like she needs to help the people. That's what I'm getting there. So, you know, I have no idea, Mr. Whoever just asked that. So here we have, okay, so now this is interesting. We have the vulnerable man and the vulnerable woman. Get this. Oh my God, this is crazy. For those of you that think that this message resonates really well, when I post my pick a card, you would want to get the pile A because they had the same two people there. And that message was so crazy. And I'm going to keep the prices like super low for everyone. So it's just an exchange energy, which is greatly appreciated for you guys to help and support this channel. But we basically have the high priestess and the hierophant. Like not basically, we do have it. And get this part. They're not called high priestess or hierophant. They're called the vulnerable man and the vulnerable woman. At the bottom, we have the Three of Cups. This is literally telling me this, and the wow, and the Hangman, someone's going to be breaking free. But anyhow, okay, let me just finish this one first. So what this is about is that when you put this is what may happen to some of you. You're going to put yourself on this pedestal I'm talking about, and you know I don't have to clarify that anymore. And your person's going to be coming in, you're going to help them. I see it as your person. You guys are on, this is crazy. The Hierophant, I didn't even think of this, but the Hierophant and the High Priestess is the ultimate spiritual connection. And it doesn't even, like, I'm not just seeing it in the spirit world. Not at all. This is coming with this change. That's crazy. I didn't even think of that. So this would be like beyond king and queen. I think beyond emperor and empress for me. This doesn't happen often, and it happened twice today. I don't even know if it's happened for me. I know it happens for readers. I've seen it. It happened twice today. So that's amazing. Anyhow, I'm like in shock here. So this is the thing. You're going to teach your person. Get this. This is also an energy here. I am seeing almost like a Four of Cups. No, there's a few. Well, I'm not seeing those ones, but I'm seeing four for sure. I'm seeing two people almost walking away from this masculine energy because he's so bright. So guess what I get? What happened? This is what I get. You put yourself on a pedestal. Your masculine's going to come back at some time, or at least pick up or see. It's specifically about your person coming in. So then your person goes and does whatever they have to do. I don't know, because you don't just go from this like begging for spiritual help to spiritual enlightenment, but whatever it is that you do, it's really going to push this person to realize within themselves they are more powerful. Remember, we got that card. People are using your person. People are lying. I can see I was being used by the people closest to me. That's why these people are in his bedroom. He's in his bed, lit up so much that they have to get the F out of the room. And that's reminding me of Five of Swords energy, where your person's going to have to heal from a heartbreak and cut a few people out. Okay, this is really interesting with this card. Now, when I see this card here at the bottom, you guys can't see the picture, sorry, and I'm not turning on all the lights right now. There's actually 3 women and 1 man. I don't like, okay, of course I get the fact most of you may be on my channel, at least, no disrespect, but a lot of the people on my channel are in situations where they're in love with someone that's trying to get out of a situation and they're getting their strength back to do this. So this is what I'm picking up here. This is all I'm picking up from this message, is the union that you guys are going to have one day, and that's what I get, one day. People are going to be pissed, jealous. There's going to be haters. I don't know why this one is right there. So this could either be if it's a baby mom or if it's a work like there's someone that's there that they're such a hater. They must have a reason that they can still stay there. You know what I mean? The other one, this one will be maybe more accepting of the situation and just neutral with it. But there's definitely going to be people that are allowed to stay around and they're going to hate on your energy. I don't know why this person would be allowed to stay here. We have the Hangman here in the Pentacles. This could be saying, because I'm asking that question, it could be saying that this person is stuck there for work or is staying there for work purposes. But there's something more here to this. Because people were using your person, and your person's going to realize this Hangman is not actually hung. He's actually on a rope and someone's pulling the rope. And it's like, and I've said this in the readings before, it's like people distracted your person. As soon as they would get moving in a new direction, people would be like, oh, you forgot to do this, or, oh, come, we have to go do this type. I picked that up before for you guys. And with the King of Pentacles, it just reiterates the energy that we're talking here about the masculine who's the provider for household or provider for others. And in fact, here he is providing for 2 people. So these other 2 women energies here, whoever, it can be women, men, whatever it is in your case, they could be 2 employees that will see you guys getting together. One that used to have a string around them. So it could even be maybe the karmic person. Maybe they worked with the karmic person. Maybe for some reason that karmic person still has to stay in this guy's life or this woman's, both of your lives. And that sucks. I want to just ask that question. Who's that miserable bitch? That's what I want to know. Because honestly, like there's a bad energy there. Now get this. Wow. It's his ex. It's your person's ex. Queen of Cups, Death card. It's the person they used to give that love to. Can you believe it? It actually looks like her. In this deck, the Queen of Cups looks miserable. She's angry. She's angry in her luxury. This woman is like living in a castle, draped in beautiful gems and lace and satin and all these things you could want. And she is still grouchy. She has fresh flowers. She has jewels, perfume, anything this woman could want. Not even a kitchen. I don't see a kitchen there. She probably doesn't have to cook. She has Persian rugs and she's miserable. Who is this miserable woman? This is the one that they will be ending it with. And that's why, by the way, it's no coincidence. Like, trust me, your person here, King of Pentacles, they don't want to leave anything because they're used to building something and sticking through and being accomplished. But you came in their lives and they can't deny that they're sticking around being used by people closest to them. And they're sticking around something that's over. It's over. So this Death card, which is really scary looking, it shows a woman, a dead woman, walking dead energy running through a graveyard. No one else is there. She's possessed. She has jewels on. She's rough looking though. I feel like this is saying like she kept coming back. I don't know if she still is trying to come back or going to still try to come back, but she kept coming back. You know the movie with those two beauties, Goldie Hawn, and you know the one where they're the Walking Dead, and I'm gonna watch that tonight when I can find it. Someone knows what I'm talking about, where they get surgery. One of them was really fat and one of them was really ugly or whatever it was, right? And they get surgery, but the surgery, like they're dead. They're not supposed to be alive. So it's coming off and they keep on getting fixed by the guy. They're fighting over a guy. What movie is that? Death Becomes Her. Guys, we should do a movie night on here or something. I don't know if we can do that, like maybe on Instagram or something, but I'm going to watch that tonight. But we should figure out a way if we can do a movie night. I wonder how we could do that. Like, I guess we would all kind of have to, I wonder how we could do that. We could do that on Zoom. Oh, no, Zoom. Zoom, you can add a whole bunch of people. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe we'll throw a movie night at the end of the month, okay? Because I have to plan that type of thing. But that would be cool. So anyhow, yeah, Death Becomes Her. This is Death Becomes Her. This is Death Becomes Her. Some of you, you know the person. Yeah, let me just show that. Sorry, sometimes they block messages. You know the person, and for some of you, you know the person, the karmic person. Like you may know this about her. Your person may have told you about him or her. This is definitely unisex. But that they do just worry about their looks, and they do, or something like that. They worry about things that are not helpful to anyone, or like helpful even, like who the F cares? Like you don't even, if someone doesn't even appreciate this stuff. Like I dance with my trees. Like I love my stuff I have in my home. When I get a gift, especially from my person, anything my person has given me, I have. The only thing I don't have is a plant, and I was really upset, and I tried to make that last forever, and it didn't last. That's the difference with us. We're going to appreciate our person. That's something I already knew. A lot of us will appreciate our person so much because of what we've come from. And that's just something you come to in stages of life. It's what happens. Like I'm very aware that because of the fact I've been single pretty much my whole life, like I've dated and stuff, but nothing has stuck. I know what I want. And I already know because of the fact that the way I am, I can't just be with just anyone. And I don't feel bad about it anymore. I used to feel very like alone and isolated, but it's true. Like someone cannot ask me. I should not give my opinion if someone says, how does that taste? Because I'll tell you, it probably to me is 1,000% different than what, like go taste it for yourself. Don't take my word on it. I think differently. If I say it tastes like shit, probably 99 other people are going to say it tastes amazing. So it's something like that. It's like, I'm not made for everyone, and that's okay. And I now accept that. And I feel better putting it in those terms as to why I'm not married with children. I'm really like, thank God I'm not married with children, because if it would have been with the wrong person, I would not be a good mother. I'm guaranteeing that. I would not be a good wife. I know myself, and that's the beautiful thing. And, I talk with my father about it all the time too. Like, I know what I want in life. I know who I am. It's just, it is the way it is. So I'm not even embarrassed. Like my family has never met anyone. They met one person in high school. I've never brought other people around them because I always knew they weren't the one. Always. Which is really interesting. Okay. So we have the 10 of Wands here. Let's see what's going on with this. There's a final message here, maybe. 10 of Wands, 5 of Swords. Wow, I'm just getting the straightforward message that endings, cutting of ties. We have victory after that with the Chariot. Following things that make, this is for everyone, following things that make you happy. Finally, movement. There's going to be movement after this. There's going to be a time, we have to come to this ending. The change is going to happen. The cuts are going to be made. I'm seeing the King of Cups here. And the movement There's going to be a huge change. I wish you guys could see this. This is beautiful. It's like a parade. There's a camel here pulling the chariot. It's not horses or whatever. And in front of that, there's a panther and a horse being ridden by like a knight or something like that. The cuts are going to be made. The change is going to happen, and we already know that. Here, I'll pull one card from my favorite deck, and this will close us up for today. Please remember to join me. It is so, I love editing. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've tried to edit my videos that are recorded, and I'm getting better and better at it. I actually want to start taking up editing. Oh, Kathy, thank you so much for the 888, and I love that number because it's awesome with all the like, so I actually want to start taking up editing. So I'm practicing. I'm just practicing, and I've asked people to send me clips, and I'll do it for free because I honestly, first of all, love doing it, and I'm learning. And when you're learning something, you don't ask someone to pay you for it. Like I just want to see if I can put together a fun clip that someone would think is awesome, right? So yeah, so I'm gonna have to edit the videos because I'm not doing them all at the same time right now. I'm doing them all today and tomorrow. But it's just cool. It's like, oh my gosh, now I see what all these YouTubers get to do, and they get to have so much fun with it. It makes the whole thing, the whole process for me so much more fun because I love doing new stuff. I love being creative. Like my kitty litter box, because I got my cat, and my cat like shoves the stuff so far. So I did, instead of spending, I think it was like $50 on a kitty litter box that has a huge lid. It's just me here. And like, it's not like I'm like, my cat right now can destroy everything I have here, which I will not let my cat do that because obviously I need to start, making sure that the cat knows that now. But I'm saying there's nothing here I'm worried about losing. It's kind of like a transitional spot. So I made my own cover out of these like cardboard. I made basically like, what do kids make out of like cardboard houses? Like a cardboard cover to go over the kitty litter box, and no longer is there kitty litter all over my place. I think it's the cutest thing. I even made a toy I attached to the wall, and I caught my cat playing with it for the first time today. So I'm like, what's that noise? And I look over, and he was playing with the toy I attached to the wall. Like I shoved it in my door. Didn't break anything, but like it will stay here like this, and it worked. So I'm excited. I have a couple other toys I set up he hasn't gotten into yet. But my place is like a makeshift cat toy place. It's really weird, but it's better than wasting and buying a whole bunch of new stuff. Luckily, the cat came with a donation bag of toys and stuff, so I didn't have to buy anymore, and I'm not going to. I'm not like that. Now we have, okay, so we're going to do two things here. For some of you, I've been doing, I have been translating numbers with the angel deck. And I don't know if you joined me last time, but it was really amazing. We translated the number 222, 137, and I don't remember the other one. But right here, I'm seeing the number 515. So I want us to get into that for a second. And I'm only going to take the top card, but I will tell you this man, the green man, is the divine masculine, and he has come out, and the Queen of Passage. Now, for some reason, I thought the Queen of Pentacles. All I know is your person, it's weird. Some of them, they're watching you, but very secretively. Like maybe I honestly think a lot of the masculines have made fake accounts. I don't know. I have a very big increase. And I'm not saying it's my masculine making all those. It's not. But it spiked my knowledge that karmics are, masculines are, and the audacity. And that's the thing. If anyone joins me on my channel, my Instagram, or my personal one, if I don't see any pictures, I just block you. And I don't mean to be rude. It's just like, if I see like you have no pictures, you're following even just 100 people, but you have like 2 followers back, I can't keep you there. I just don't care about followers enough to just be like, oh, I'll just, and you don't message me. A lot of people message me first, and then I'm like, oh, hey, like, there's a lot of fake accounts being made right now. Okay. So the green man, though, for some of you, you're dealing with a man that makes a lot of money. King of Pentacles energy again, right? Works in nature for some of you. I'm just picking up King of Pentacles energy. So that can be real estate, land, greenery, hearing something with a V, vending machines or vendors or something miscellaneous. So there you go. We're covered, right? Miscellaneous. Thanks. Perfect. But this card for me is someone that's camouflage. So you don't see it. And we already had secret admirer. So there's your secret admirer. He's watching. Remember that. I'm not trying to look pretty for anyone right now, but I do usually try and still dress, even during these times. Now, I'm going to read the Queen of Passage, even though I was only going to read this one, the one that was on top. We're going to read the Queen of Passage. And if I remember, I'll do the 515 translation here. So Queen of Passage is number 5. Okay. There's a few queens in here. There's a few different ones. The Queen of Passage, beautiful. Trust, transition, and surrender. All things change. All situations move from one phase into another. First message I get. Sorry, I'm just getting like caught in my throat there. One second. Rose water to everything now. Kombucha. That's not why it's pink, by the way. Your person, for some of you, your person's watching you. For some of you, remember, don't contact your person right now because you don't need to. There's nothing they can do. They can't come on a horse and save you. Don't pull Cinderella right now. I told you, right? They're feeling, some of them are having a lot of people come to them and try to like get that protective feeling. Your person sees you at this time. For many of you, even if you've talked to them, you're still staying strong. They're watching you and they see like you are accepting and surrendering to this, and you're not like going crazy. Okay. Not too crazy, at least. That's what I'm seeing here. So sometimes those transitions, can you even see this card? Kind of, if I do that, not really. Sometimes those transitions are difficult. Letting go and moving on, whether to a new life, a new love, or perhaps just a new phase of a current situation or relationship, can be painful. But the Queen of Passage is there to help with those transitions. That's what you're doing, guys. High Priestess, putting yourself up there so you can be a leader. That's what it is. That's the best way to put it. A leader, a light the path. Those transitions. She looks ahead with the keen sight of the Kestrel. Kestrel. And that is, there's something in her hand with, it looks like a pomegranate to me, to be honest, but it has a moon, a crescent moon. Maybe that's why it's Kestrel. And almost maybe a little, I don't know, there's something weird in her hand there. I have to look that up. There's also maybe a crow here, which is transition. This woman is also wearing this pendant here. Some of you may wear a big pendant here, not one of those tiny ones, like not just a little tiny pin. It's something big. There is another crow here. No, it looks like there's a crow and a owl, which is interesting. That's about wisdom and transition. Okay. So, sorry. Okay. She looks ahead with the keen sight of the Kestrel and can see the future with wisdom of the raven. So there's a raven there. That might be who I thought was the owl. And she holds a pomegranate. So I should have read that first. A sign of fertility. There is growth in the future. There is a way ahead. The darkness comes as you step from this one state to another. Some of you might be moving states eventually as well, right? For those of you from the US. The movement of passage between the past and the future, between the worlds themselves, is a moment of surrender. Your person definitely sees you trusting. Trust this great queen to be your guide. Your person may really be coming to you to lead them. Who knows what's going to change? Who knows? Like this, something big. Just maintain yourself. Don't fluctuate too much, especially when it comes to your person. People can be understanding at this time, but be strong. That's what I'm getting. Okay, she will be by your side in the moment you move out of the past and into the future. Go through this transition. Like I said, for some of you, actually give your person space right now. And if you're able to even talk to them and say that, like, I'm sure you need space right now. Do you, like, you know, this is, take care of whoever you need to take care of right now. I understand. These are the type of words your person wants to do. We already picked up that they have Peter Pan syndrome, and it said all that Peter Pan needs to hear is like, go do what you got to do. That's it. And they come back. Like that's all. That's all they want to know, is that they are free. They don't want to be locked down anymore. Not in the same sense. They'll lock themselves down. I've taken many courses on relationships, and they always say, you don't force it, and the person will implement those behaviors on themselves. when they want to be with someone, or when they are in that spot to be with the person they want to be with. They will respect you and be faithful to you on their own. Okay, so the card that came out first here, can't really see. It's just a bunch of, well, I'm sure there's a lot in here. There's a knight. It does talk, well, there's a lot in here actually. I'm seeing at least 20 different characters of all different sorts. So your person could work even like in a very international, I'm like, even like an airport or something, like something where there's like every race, every size, every intellectual level, every level of helping here, from the ground up. Some have bigger roles than others. There's a lot going on here. Your person may be famous or something. That comes up a lot. Or like when I say famous, I'm not talking about Brad Pitt, though you could, or whatever. I'm talking about someone who is the president of a company. And when you're the president of a huge company, you go to fundraisers, you help other people. You are a big part of the community, usually, depending. So it can be anything like that, or someone that's even popular at school, for those of you that are still in school, like the prom king and the prom queen type of energy, or the head cheerleader type of energy, or an athlete, like someone that is known by their people, I guess. So we have a knight, and the more I'm looking here, I'm seeing 2 naked chicks on this knight. There's a lot of women after this person. Listen to this. I'm getting connected back to the other, sorry, they just hid it's okay, thanks. To that other message with those 2 women. Now, let me say this is what I pick up. I think for some of you, your person works with the karmic, or has at some point. So there has been that type of like 2 naked women on the back of the horse. I don't know. You put that energy, you figure it out yourself. But there's that kind of like power energy there too, and like I'm the girl. But there's 2 naked women here, so maybe a lot of fun times, or this is what, you know, some of these people do. This is what some of them are trained to do. This goes back to 2018 readings of karmics, where literally their mom trained them how to flirt or how to like manipulate situations. It's a known fact, guys. I can just tell you from my old days. Like, you want a guy, like the best thing you do is call your friend over, a girlfriend, right? You call a friend over and you guys like make him feel like, you know, and this is back in the bullshit days. I'm not ever recommending anyone to do that, but that's what I'm seeing here. So I'm seeing your person is making a true transition from, literally, I'm hearing scumbag to queen. So it's like they're going from a total different energy field of very like trashy, scummy energy for some of you. And for some of you, maybe it's just very free, psychedelic, immature. There's something about it that's not right. There's something about all the people around here that are not right, to be honest. They're all, the only one here is the knight, and he's on such, he's so different than all the other workers or all the other creatures. He has full armor on. No one can touch him. He, you know, people want to be with this person. So you take that message how it relates. Okay, I don't think I finished it yet. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I read the wrong line, but I just read one line in the page. It's the shapeshifter. And the one line I read is a relationship with the shapeshifter. And it says, is a frustrating experience. So there could have been a situation here. Maybe your person was with shapeshifters, people that came across one way. Maybe you have someone that was one way before, and now they're shifting into this other way. This could be something that was in the past too. Like there was this energy of illusions, and you know, we'll see what's happening here. Okay. The Elven. So the Elven Knight, enchantment, call of the fairies, and leadership are the 3 words that go with it. You have an attractive person here. Okay. The Elven Knight summons us to heed the call of fairies. This is the male energy that can draw you deeper into the world beyond your own. Much of the energy in fairy is female, but there is a true balance of male energy there as well. The Elven Knight, the consort of the queen, can rule equally in this land. But it doesn't say which queen though. Okay. Proud and powerful, he rides through his domain, leading the fairies in a a procession that can take them from their world into ours and back again. Very enchanting person you have here. You know what? I need to stop for a second. Your person, okay, I'm not saying your person's bad at all. Not at all. They're very powerful. You're dealing with someone who knows how to deal with someone. And this can be used on you too, or us. Like this, yeah, of course. But I'm not saying that or seeing that. You know, this knight here is in full armor. They're not letting anyone in, but everyone around them feels like they are their best friend. Something like that. Because they know how to manipulate the situation. And I'm not seeing it in a bad way just yet. We'll see what comes here. Let's just see here. Okay. Proud and powerful, he rides through his domain, leading the fairies in a procession that can take them from one world and in ours and back again. The trooping of the fairies is dangerous to witness, but the lure of it is almost irresistible. And we wish nothing more than to follow the call of the elven knight deep into the realms. The danger is that once we have followed in the wake of the troop, we will not want or even be able to return to our own world and will instead be lost forever in the land of the fairies. What does it mean if the elven knight is drawn in a reading? If the card is alone, we must be aware of what our heart is yearning for. Is it something we can have, or is it hopeless yearning for something unattainable or something unwise for us to pursue? Don't get stressed because I'm picking up 1,000 messages here. If the knight is drawn as a companion to other cards, which it was, then it can be interpreted as a driving force in our life. I need to accomplish something difficult but possible. The energy of the elven knight is powerful, a powerful motivator to go forward, leading the way and taking others with us on our path. So what I get here is because this card was the first card and there was other cards that came along with it, thank God, your person is leaving this. Your person is leaving this land of mystery, this land of illusion, or they want to at least. They clearly still have these two characters riding their tail, literally. I mean, riding their horse or whatever. So I'm not thinking that I'm going to pull on that right now. When I just heard that, I have to pull. Are they having sex with them? Like, is this person still having sex or anything like that? I think they want to. The world, the whole group of 6 of Swords, 4 of Swords, the world, and the Ace of Swords. So for some of you, they have slept with this person before because there's literally a bed, a flying bed. It could be actually also a dream. That's actually exactly what, oh, interesting. So I just got this weird message, and we have the 3 of Swords here. For some of them, there's people that are waiting for them to leave the person they're with. I know you may too be doing this, but not the same way. They're waiting for a chance. They know this person. They fantasize about your person. Some of them have some real good shady characters around them. Okay. Dark because of the fact, literally 3 of Cups or 3 of Swords, 8 of Cups. For some of them, 9 of Swords, they are waiting for this person to leave the person that they're with. It's like, who knows? They're hoping anything will happen there. Some of them may not know, like, it may be a surprise they come to you when this is over. I feel like there's an energy here with someone here waiting for the heartbreak, waiting for the person to take that 8 of Cups and say goodbye. Maybe your person complains about the unhappy marriage or the unhappy situation. Very possible, right? Because I don't know if this person knows about you, because remember, they were pissy when they saw you and your person sitting together, 3 of Cups. You were with him, and the 2 characters were pretty pissy there. We already clarified one is someone he's sleeping with. So it could be the other one is waiting for him to leave. I'm just saying him because it's easy right now. Him to leave the one he's sleeping with. 6 of Swords, 4 of Swords. To like shut that down or to wake up and leave. Like they may know the whole situation. Like they're not happy there. Interesting. So I don't think that this person's sleeping with them. I don't want to actually, I just see the person's, for some of them, because I didn't want to shuffle there. I just wanted to pull a card and get a message. And what I saw first is the Fool card, and the second card, which was at the top, is the Knight of Swords. And if you could see this picture, it's literally, I just saw even deeper into this picture, someone sitting in a tree watching two people. So like I said, I don't think that this person's sleeping. This one, I think this one is watching your person, waiting for them to leave and try to get that fresh start, that Fool energy. Sorry. There's already bigger plans, so we don't have to worry about that shit. You know, while they're watching your person with the other person, your person's watching the queen, you, and getting ready to exit this lifestyle and getting ready to exit from these people. It's more about these people that they realize in this card, and I keep on coming back to it, and there's no second message here. It's one clear message, and it was the first card. I see I was being used by the people closest to me, the people in this person's bedroom. That's how like close some of them were. Like he or she let them into their home, big time. Into, you know, no one comes, even if someone comes in my home, no one comes in my bedroom. Like if you can come to my bedroom for whatever reason, even to stand there and talk while I'm getting ready, you're special, because there's no need for you to be in my bedroom. There just isn't. You're a really good friend. Like I'm not just saying like sexual things at all. Like even if a friend of mine is in my bedroom, that means that they're like a real friend of mine, because if I just met them, they wouldn't even be in my home, to be honest with you. If someone's in my home, I have had 2 people come to this spot, and I've been here now 2 years. And that's pretty much how it is in all of my locations that I've lived, because I move around a lot. No more than like 3 people. It's not something I do. I just don't have more than 3 friends. So why would there be more than that? No one's coming to my home if I don't know them. So yeah, that's the truth. So I hope you guys heard of Jezebel in the Bible. We talk about Jezebel on here all the time because she comes up in our karmic readings. There's people on here that maybe can help you with that. I'm not an expert on Jezebel, but she does come up as a siren in our karmic readings. You know, in my house, especially. Yeah, I get it. Only special friends. That's a good way to put it. Like I have a lot of friends that is no. Solomon. I don't really know much about Solomon, but I feel like Solomon is a magician. Yes, Heaven's Gate, the girl watching has Jezebel spirit. Is that what they say? Because at Heaven's Gate, I heard is the twins, the Gemini twins. And if it's the Gemini twins, that's me. So I don't know. I'm definitely a bit of everything, so I'm not going to deny it. Shapeshifter, definitely a bit of everything. I'm not joking. I can do everything. Highly spiritual. She also portrays herself as highly spiritual. That is actually an energy we pick up with the siren. I don't know about this Jezebel too much, but she sounds like a troublemaker. The paradox. Maybe she can be good, can be bad type of thing. This light is so hot on me. Oh. King Solomon. Is Jezebel King Solomon's wife? Is King Solomon a magician? This is weird because I'm getting a message here. Jezebel is King Solomon's wife. I want to pull out my karmic card so bad right now. Here, I have them right here. Let's see what is going on with this Jezebel. But why would King Solomon's wife be at Heaven's Gate? That's what I want to know. Who is King Solomon? Oh, you're so welcome. Oh, you're so welcome, Keisha. Yes, the girl watching pretends. The girl watching the gate pretends. That doesn't make sense to me. You know why? Because the pagan King Solomon married. The pagan King Solomon. Still not, I don't get it. But how can anyone watch Heaven's Gate that isn't natural? Like that isn't genuine? Pretends to watch Heaven's Gate? How would that happen? Like who would allow that? Known as the wise. He's known as the wise king. So why did he marry someone that you guys are kind of saying is not that wise or not really engaged to? The wise king of the Bible, and he later engaged into sorcery. Oh, so maybe it's people that went bad. Oh, maybe he takes the men's souls. You know, maybe they have that same energy. For me, I don't know much about Jezebel, but I've heard people talk on her here. But I know about the sirens, and I pick up that energy where distractions, and what a siren is for me, from what I've gotten from my messages, is basically someone that works with the devil. And I don't know if they know it or not, but what their purpose would be is to see if they can test someone to follow their dreams, or they'll get like their head chopped off like the other ones that have gone through this test. That's the way I can put it. I don't know much about any story behind it. But I did hear that, so we have the Death card and the High Priestess. That is a very manipulative energy. And guess what's behind the High Priestess? The Star card. You can't see it, but I know it's the Star card. So I'm asking what Jezebel is, Jezebel energy. That is actually very manipulative energy. It's death. It's the energy. But look at this too. When you have the Death card here, where's the light? It's also something that can push someone into a transformation and test their boundaries. Literally, what this is telling me here, cool. This is interesting. Jezebel's a helper, because she literally, she's a tester. And it's like, that's interesting. Like, she sits there almost looking like a high priestess, but it's blocking a wish. There's a blockage there, blocking a wish, blocking the sun, blocking victory. And you have to go through this transformation. That's what I get. There's a lot of, I'm seeing the Magician card and the Four of Pentacles. So there's a lot of greediness that comes with Jezebel. Sounds like a karmic situation. Oh, it sounds like karmic energy. My thoughts. For the best in all directions, meaning everyone find the path they are truly be on for the best for all. Yes. Everything we're going through is biblical. Even twin flames is biblical. Yes, we know. She will transform him after robbing him. I believe that. That is for sure. Different beliefs. This is what I pick up from the Jezebel energy, is that, you know, anyone can go either way. Do they want to go? It's just like anyone can choose to be either way. But a lot of times it's what happened to that person in their past that made them who they are. And it's interesting that you said that. It's like, and yeah, different beliefs. But a lot of these people do, like, I know from karmic situations that I've been in, you do take the person for a ride. You do. And at the time, depending on who you are, like, some people will actually go into a situation planning to take 100 grand or something like that. Like, you know, a large amount of money from someone, or get everything from them, or marry them to have security. So it depends how you go in the situation. And some people go in there and they have an attraction, but their beliefs are mustered up or misty, and they think like, I should be here because it's the best choice, so I'm going to stick it out and I'm just going to do this. And that to me is a Jezebel energy too, because by them sticking in that energy, basically blocking the other person from going where they're supposed to be, they're only hindering their own growth. Really, they're not supposed to be there either, right? And it's just, for some people, maybe it's a survival. I mean, I used to be there. I used to be there where I was so scared of not being able to live. Like, literally, just basically the stupidest thought ever. Like, not trusting in the universe. This is so many years ago. But I had a message that said, like, if you don't do it on your own, you're not going to have anything you want. That was the message I got. And that's when I started dropping jobs that I didn't like. And I started dropping people, men, that I was basically only hanging out with because I knew that they were like in love with me, right? So nothing, no other reason really. Like, so if I needed something, I could get what I needed at the time. And I was living in a broke mentality. So maybe whoever, you know, these, and I do have faith that many of them will change. I do have that faith, especially now. And if you are into the reading I'll post, the extended tomorrow, the reading I'm telling you guys, if you relate to this, you probably want to go over to that. It talks about the Jezebel or the karmic or whatever you want to call her, not wanting to be there either. That's the main message. She doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be there. I forget all the other message to it, but that was the main. It wasn't like a one-sided thing. It was actually double-sided, but they were both still there because they weren't communicating. That was the problem. No one is communicating. So it brought up all these issues, which are covered in that. But greed and lust, yeah. Taking a low vibration, exactly. Because she was hurt, exactly. Or, you know, some people were hurt, or like, I guess it really does come down to hurt. But I feel like also some people grew up. I met people where I used to work, and I grew up pretty rough, but I didn't have to eat out of garbage. I've had to do some like crazy things, like maybe like change the label on my bulk food I had to buy or something to make it cheaper when I was younger. But I met people that literally like, and you know what? A lot of them were actually, as much of a scavenger as they were actually very deep people. I don't talk to any of them anymore. I know one of them married a basketball player. I don't know. It's been like 10 years, but living the life, I guess, right? And I know specifically for her, she came from this eating trash energy, like pure poverty. Do I think she's in love with her person? Probably not. Do I look at her bad in any way? No, I don't even talk to her or think about her until right now. You know, and I'll tell you this, and I know someone else that actually, I was around a lot of women like that because I used to work in a bar when I was younger, and I worked there for many years. So I got to know a lot of the women I worked with, and we were very beautiful. That was like the requirement at this bar. But I know another one, and she met someone there, and this person was supporting her, and she actually ended up falling in love with him. They ended up moving in together. He was definitely way more in love with her in the beginning. And eventually, like, he loved her kids so much, he got a tattoo of her kid's name. She loved him too. I'm 1,000% sure. And you know what the messed up thing is? He ended up passing away. And she was so sad. I went to the funeral. All of us, all the girls from work, even though we hadn't talked for so long, we all showed up at the funeral with her. It's so sad actually thinking about it. But it's interesting because she got to experience this love and turn this energy around from using someone to loving someone. And then in a sense, I looked at it like he actually was released from her life. Like, that's the message I got. It's like it was a test for her to see if she could actually love someone unconditionally that may not look like anyone she ever thought she'd be. He was an older man compared to her, like just told, like she was this like gorgeous supermodel girl, and this guy was just this, he moved all the way from California to be here and live here. And I think it was a test. And the interesting thing is she got to learn to love someone, and he went, and she is still a very young woman. And so she can have a whole new life now. So she's going to get to experience many more loves. I do think like she truly passed some sort of a test. I don't talk to her anymore either. I don't talk to anyone from the past with me. Manipulated, blindsided by others with good intentions. Yeah, it's always the person has a good heart, always in any situation. And one thing I learned now is like, don't take freebies. Don't take from someone that likes you, knowing that they like you and that's why they're giving something to you. That's a big, I don't even relay that message to people anymore too much. You guys are getting that message, but I don't say it to people anymore because that's something you got to learn on your own. You want to live off of other people, it will delay. You will not have, it will take like you delaying your process like an extra 6 to 10 years when you really think about it. So I can guarantee that. It's just the truth. And it's not worth it because I'll tell you this, for most cases, if you may have been meant to have what you got at the time, but when you learn to step up and take those steps towards being your higher self, you will lose everything that you got because you were meant to have it at the time. You could have got more, but you walk away, you really have to walk away, and everything will be taken away from you one way or another. It can be ugly, but that's part of the dark night of the soul and the transformation. I know because I've been there. It's crazy. Like the prostitute that Empower married back in the Brazilian emperor. Dope story. I don't know that story. Sorry, Nicole. That got someone, I don't know, it got blocked. The prostitute that empower married back in, I don't know that story, but it's interesting that those cards came out to talk about the Jezebel. I'm happy. I should like really look in. I have a whole list of things to do now because of this whole situation. And I'm literally starting at the start. So for example, I started watching documentaries on Cuba because I'm uneducated in that area. I don't know the whole Cuban story and everything that happened there. So I literally I started from square one, like learning about Cuba. And I'm like, you know what? I have the time to do stuff now. So why not? This is my year of learning. And I already knew that. This isn't my year for travel. This isn't my year for being worried about money and stuff like that. It's my year for actually learning, helping, and just maintaining this calm level and just learning, literally. So I do want to learn all these things because think about it. Take 1 year and do all the learning you got to do. And right now we're being forced into that energy. And think about it, 2021, you come back like this. No wonder it's going to be new because a lot of people are doing this right now with all the free courses available. You're going to come back in 2021 a totally new person, like on an educational level. That's the most important for me. I want to come back and finally know what my peers are talking about because growing up, I never gave a damn about the system. Just as a child, I was always able to get pretty good grades. I'd always do my work last minute. Like literally, I never studied and my teachers were very aware of that. And I never cared about learning all of the like history and stuff. And then there was this other situation where I couldn't learn about it because I had to switch schools and all this stuff and geography. But now as an adult, just for the purpose of knowing what the mainstream knows about, it's important for me to learn simple things like what the heck happened in Cuba, what happened there with this division and the whole thing. And everywhere else. So that's my whole new thing. Oh, Indian King, I don't know who you are, where you've been, but I take it, first of all, you're not a king and you're probably not from India either. Let's see, learning for me to almost done with my master's degree. Congratulations. That's beautiful. I never wanted to go and get those type of things, but now being older, I think I want to do it for the fun of it one day. I don't know, not for the fun, but like I'm not going to go get a master's, but maybe go to university and take a course or something like that, right? One thing I do, yeah, I hated school too. And that's because my teachers didn't understand me. For example, I used to do math. I don't even know how I used to do math, but I did not do it the way they did it. And then they would be like, how did you get that answer? And I'm like, I explained it in my way, but then when I'm explaining it in my way, it was coming from my head, not written down. So I just felt like very not good enough for things. No, I'm not. But and the reason I learned how to do math normally is becoming a realtor. I had to learn how to do math because the tests are friggin' hard. And if you fail, you have to repay for it. That's where I learned. That's when I quit smoking marijuana as well, because I truly had to like focus. But real estate, I hated so much. I was so good at negotiations and contracts, but I couldn't be myself. I don't want to wear a suit to work. I don't want to like have to act proper. I should say, like, I like being myself, but like, and I am proper, but that professional element where everyone judges you if you say the wrong thing or you stutter or speak differently than others. Like it was a very, but luckily I got that time with my best friend who passed away. He was gay and I experienced so much with him being in an office with a gay man at that time. It was about 7 years ago. And the people, the rudeness, there was rudeness. This is only 7 years ago. Once, like, so we had flyers we put out in the kitchen of our real estate office for other realtors to like look at it. And like they put a newspaper over it and all this stupid shit. But that's all stuff I'm used to because I'm from the city, but my mom moved to the country when I was younger. So I was the only colored person. So I'm used to people picking on me just because I was a colored person. And because now from what I hear, most of those women, they went nowhere. They're still in that little town of 1,000 people. And I heard some really shitty shit. Nothing that I'm happy about. I actually heard really shitty shit about a lot of them. And that's probably because they didn't have an open mind or move, or maybe it's their karma. I don't know. But thank God I didn't let them harass me and hurt me like that. You know, I'm really lucky like that. That's one thing. If people want to insult me, that's the one thing that won't get to me. Like, call me any racist name. That's because that's the lowest level. So once someone does that, I'm like, oh, you're not even challenging. You took the racist route. But if someone says a little like a good one, that one might get to me. I'm like, oh, you fucker. Because if I don't have a good one to give back, and sometimes I need to process those things, or sometimes I'll realize what the person actually said later. It doesn't happen too often, but yeah, those ones will get to me. Victor, not a victim. Exactly. Well, to be honest, right, like, I don't know if you're saying white, like as in right, joking around with that. But to be honest, it's not just white people that are racist. Not at all. Not my grandma. I feel like she's not racist. I never heard her say like, I don't like someone because of that. But she was judgmental. Remember, like she's from the olden days, from an island. She was the first woman to sell cigarettes on the boat from where she came from in Trinidad. She built her whole everything, her empire by herself. And she was manless for her older years because men, she knew they just wanted to use her. She didn't have good men around her that were hard workers, right? She was the hard worker. And she's like, never. And she never believed in chasing anyone. Very like serious. But I know she and it was actually, she wasn't even judging white people. I think she was more judgmental of her own race or her own culture. But yeah, you don't have to be any certain color to be racist. That's for sure. Real estate facing racism too. Yeah, I don't know if people were like rude to me in that way, but my friend, he was gay and he wasn't an obvious gay person. Like, it's not like you would think like someone who's like, I don't know, but it wasn't something that was obvious, but clearly people knew. I think he was actually very masculine. Like he was amazing. And he was such a great dresser though, but but not any like, it wasn't feminine at all. He was very masculine. And I don't know, people, I guess they just knew. It's not something he announced to anyone, but it's not just because he was gay too. It was because we had a vibe where we didn't give a fuck and we were happy and we were smiling. And every day we were like that. And people just didn't like that about us in general. People, this bitch is lying. Oh gosh, who now? Can imagine. I don't know, but I could only imagine. It's here. I'll show your message, even though it was blocked. She's saying, people, this bitch is lying. And thanks. I don't know exactly what you mean. I take it you would think you're saying something nice with the thanks, Nadia, but maybe not. Who knows? Because I got a lot of haters. And, you know, anyhow, though I'd like to see what else this one has to say. Please keep your rude comments about anyone on my page to yourself. Like, just don't. If you don't like it, you can go watch the people you like. And you do get attracted to people that are like you, so feel free. But I don't know if there's anything else going on here now. Why are you happy for it, Gia? It's interesting because you're not the only one that's happy for it. And I'm not saying because people are being evil. I have a doctor who I listen to, a naturopath, and you can listen to him too, actually. He's on here, Dr. Robert Morris. And yeah, I know. It's true. People don't like happy people. And I get it. I've been there where sometimes happy people kind of annoyed me a little bit. No, I don't know what golfsmith is, but I have golfed. But what I was saying is, what was I saying there? Oh, Dr. Robert Morris. He's on YouTube and I follow him. I love what he's about. And it's not for everyone. It's very controversial. He's about fasting and fixing yourself, healing yourself naturally, not going to other people for it, looking into your own eyes, taking pictures of your eyes and reading them and reading all your issues that you have, right? Oh, well, some people are really selfish like you, and you might be one of the people that get decreased from this. So Gia, please, like, get off my page. People need to get off my page that are so rude, because that's the stupidest thing to say. What you say about stuff like that, it may happen to you. So let me just report your negativity. Hopefully you can get removed. But anyhow, Dr. Robert Morrison talks about the fact if you do get sick, to let your body cleanse itself. And he's a firm believer that many of us can heal ourselves in any situation. He has pictures of tumors coming out of people's body because it can come out. You'll get a little, and it's happened. Like I've even heard about it from other people and saw pictures. You can look it up. There's a woman who returned her whole tumor to the hospital because of the fact that they wanted her to take drugs and she did it naturally and it popped out of her breast. It starts with like an itch and then your skin will open up and it happens in the belly button area. It happens anywhere and it will push it out. So listening to him and his meetings are about like, some of them are an hour, 2 hours long. You can learn a lot. He just answers questions. It's not usually about a specific topic, but you can learn a lot. And he says like, when you get sick, don't fight the temperature spike. That's your body pushing toxins out. Let it happen. Cut down on all this crappy food that will only cause more mucus and make things harder. Obviously, people with, what do they call them? Like affected immune systems and stuff are really high risk. But it's a process. And he said, some people don't get sick. And you know why? Because they've gotten sick and their immune system got built up. So if you get sick, it's kind of because your body was ready to get sick to build up your immune system. But yeah, Nadia is my new biggest fan. I love it. At least I hope no one can see her messages because it seems to be blocking itself. I don't even have to do it. Even the computer doesn't like it. So that's kind of cool. But anyhow, everyone, is there anything else that anyone wants to talk about? I mean, we're here. We're in isolation. Are you guys in isolation? Like, is anyone else's city on lockdown? Did anyone else get a cat? I got a lot of BS for being a hip hop artist from all directions, but I got a lot of love too. Yeah, there's always going to be people that love you, even when others are haters. Always. I love the people hate. I do. A lot of times, like I'm the one that likes the people that are the weird people that get pushed out of society. I'm the one that, it's not that I even like them. I accept them for who they are. And I know that most of them are very disturbed or have had really shitty situations. Seattle on lockdown, huh? Yeah, I might get the sniffles. So far, I haven't got it yet, but I am sneezing a little, but I'm just being extra cautious now. What my trick is, when I feel anything coming on, I massage my throat. And I know it looks weird. It has worked for me since I was like in my 20s. Usually I go like that. And this is what I do. I'll tell you the trick. I won't do it here, but I massage my throat to the point where it will make me choke. And I always feel like it's coughing up anything that's inside of me. I don't know. It's a mental thing, but that's what happens. You're still working, huh? I'm still working, but luckily I work from home. Well, it's nice when people are isolated still, huh? Like severely isolated. Here, my cat. Maybe my cat wants to come and say hi to you guys. I've never met him. I know. Since we're just chatting, he's coming. It's my cat. Oh, he loves me. Will he come? Come. I did bring him up once. Whoops. Look at my whole setup here. Oh, well, this is why. Anyhow, meet him. Hi. He wants to go. This is why my setups are so different all the time, depending on what I feel like dealing with. I like my desk area, but it's not as comfortable as this rocking chair. So anyhow, guys, oh my gosh, we have this Nanda, and I'm not even blocking your bullshit comments, Nanda. Now she says I'm super skinny. I'm not even gonna get into it. You don't know my height. You don't know shit. That's so rude. People are fucked. And not only that, a lot of skinny people think they don't want to gain weight. You guys would know if you're on here regularly. I always say I'm trying to gain weight, but I'm not even that skinny. So this is nothing for anyone that's a new subscriber. There was a time in the beginning when I started getting really, I call it powerful. I had over 50 people bombarding my pages when I would do a live story. I think it only happened twice, but and they were saying the most weirdest. They were saying someone sent them. They're going to write books about me. And it was just like, are you kidding me right now? What's happening? But that's when my followers stepped in. And at first I remember I was like, oh, is everyone going to hate me now? And no, not at all. And most of them never come around. But every once in a while, just like the plague, we get a Nadia or whoever this chick is. I don't know. The cat from the homeless shelter. I stole the cat from the homeless shelter because you can enter the back room of the homeless shelter. This is funny, guys. Anyhow, I'm going to go because that's so hilarious. You can't even get into the homeless shelter without being let in, or the animal shelter, I should say. Maybe some people consider it a homeless shelter. I do normally have moderators, but no one's here right now. And it is like, you know, I shouldn't be on here for 2 hours. Anyhow, this is calling. The best day for these people is Saturday mornings and Sunday evenings. That's what I noticed. Anyhow, I'm out, I guess, because there's not much more to talk about. We've covered everything. And I am going to edit some of the end of this because a 2-hour video is crazy. But I'm really happy to spend time with you. And I'll be back on tomorrow. And we'll stay on here for a long time as well. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a really good night. And if you want to book a reading with me, I'm no longer charging an extra fee for same day readings, but I am asking for 12-hour notice at this point because obviously I'm here. I'm doing nothing but putting my spare time into helping and relaxing at the same time. Yeah, this was fun. I'm happy we spent this time here. I'm happy, you know, there's a couple of really good moments in here. For one, with the sleeping, are they sleeping together was interesting. That one caught me big time. The queen having the cup ready for the communication. The emperor, or the high priestess and the hierophant coming out together. That was a moment here. There's a few really good messages here. And in the beginning, and learning that your person is finally realizing, I'm getting like over half the people they're with are liars and cheaters and users. Isn't that fucked up? Because I feel like they're around a lot of people. Like, you know, if I have 50% people using me, like that are around me, I have like one person. So this person, I told you, I saw like 20 people in there, or 20 pictures. This person's around a lot of people and people just don't care about them, is the best way to put it. Oh gosh, Nadia. You're lucky that one didn't get blocked, and I'm not going to block it because no one cares what you have to say. Bye guys. I hope you have a really good night, and I will be back tomorrow. My cat's playing with my toy that I made for him. It's so cute. Okay guys, the lights look familiar. Which lights? These ones? Heaven's lights? I don't know. Guys are telling me that nothing like what they portray themselves to be on social media. KG, because that's what my guides are telling me. I don't know, KG, but let's see what else your guides told you. Oh, I don't see you here. Oh, the guides told you to put a heart, so I take it. Everything's good. Okay. See you soon. Bye, Giovanni. And your name always reminds me of mine. I always remember that. Good night, Nay. Thank you so much, Anastasia. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye, guys. Ciao for now. Oh, I'm just going to make sure. Bye for now, guys. Ciao.